Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Joel Taylor Show on the porch here at Jefferson's. I'm Patrick Edson and the man of the hour, head coach Joel Taylor. All right, so Joel Taylor last week was at the beach doing the backstroke, working on his... No, he was not. He was hard at work. But good off week for your football team, Coach. But let's go back to the previous week, and it's probably one of the most exciting finishes this season, the 18-17 win. I know I had a heck of a time calling it up in the booth for ESPN+. Owen Dupree and David Widener, they were magical in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was awesome to see those guys connect. Owen's a guy that, he has that ability. And he kind of showed it the first game in Sanford. And then kind of just went to sleep a little bit, but I'm glad that he woke up, because if he didn't wake up, we probably would have lost that game, man. But he woke up and made some big plays for us. And then, Davin again, man, I think this is probably the third or fourth time this year where he woke up in the fourth quarter, really made some really good throws, man, good runs, extended some plays for us, and we won the game. And it just wasn't those two, man. I tell you, when we went to the locker room, we was kind of stagnant in a sense, with our offense, and defense, gave a couple scores, and I told him, I said, hey guys, we got to have something that that has to happen good early. We got to get our momentum going, and sure enough, my man Trayshawn Moore comes out of nowhere and picks that ball and returns it for about 40 to 50 yards, and put our offensive position to score, man. So that was huge. And you see, David Hogue. David Hogue had a couple sacks, man. So it was just a good collective effort. I thought DeAndre Buchanan had some big returns. Putting our offense in good positions, man. So it was a collective good effort, a good team win, and it was on homecoming. You can't beat that.
No.
Homecoming, making it our 6th win, having a winning season in front of our fans. It was a great Saturday.
Yeah, and also it keeps that other goal of doubling your win total from season 1 to season 2 still in the mirror for your football team. I really felt like it was a hard-fought character win for your football team. You went in at the half, and really just you could tell that your guys were playing, but like you said, really needed that spark. Trayshawn came out, that huge interception that led to a field goal by Tommy Holden, that cut it to a one-score game. But, I would be remiss, though, if I didn't follow up what you said about David Widener, because his performance really for the entire football game was pretty gritty.
Yes.
We know that he is not 100%, and so, but, running the football and making the plays when he needed to make them, you got to be pretty proud about your quarterback's play on Saturday.
Yeah, the quarterback play, like I said, our team play, man. All year we've been a resilient team, and you got a chance to see that. And it's so good to see that because we are a program that is still growing, right? And you need those type of wins, to become the team that you want to become. And just excited for those guys, excited for David. Like I said, he is a gutty guy, man. Like I said, I think he got, hit about 2 or 3 times. I was like, woo, but he gets up, man, and leads our team like no other, man. And like I said, I'm glad he's on our team. And, hopefully he has a great game this coming week.
Well, fans, when we return here on the Joel Taylor Show, we will have a special guest, as I believe this young man's name is Shane Davis, and Shane with West Georgia First Responders will be up next here on the Joel Taylor Show. All right, fans, welcome back here to the Joel Taylor Show on the porch at Jefferson's. And hey, fans, if you wouldn't mind, put your hands together for your wait staff here this evening as they are working hard to make sure you get everything you need tonight. And like I said before the break, I am here with Shane Davis with West Georgia First Responders. Shane, welcome to the Joel Taylor Show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me out here.
Shane, tell us a little bit about West Georgia First Responders.
We're a nonprofit, really focused locally to help local first responders and their immediate family members if they experience any kind of, financial need or assistance due to like injury, illness, fatality, unforeseen accident like a house fire or something like that. They'll reach back to us, and we'll go out and meet with them in their home. try to see, where they're at, where we can meet them, to help them out the best, and see where they're at spiritually, kind of maybe plant a seed for Jesus while I'm there. And then go from there, man. Just try to give them what we can. But what I've noticed since I've started doing this, really, if I could step in and take away their bigger needs, like their mortgage or their car payments, usually their mortgage for a little while, they usually, we jump right on that. So we really kind of lean toward that, but not exclusively.
Yeah, a lot of folks, Shane, they just don't understand the difficulties that some folks face that you guys at First Georgia or West Georgia First Responders step in and assist families with. Talk a little bit more about what those needs are immediate.
Well, and it was a learning curve for me too. When I had the idea, you think, I just want to go out there, I want to help somebody, I want to help first responders. It sounded real easy. You're like, yeah, that's going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So you start into it, and then you realize there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it that you really didn't think. You kind of automatically think that insurance is good for first responders. It's just as bad as my insurance. And it seems like, whenever they have a hiccup, it gets to where they can't afford it, basically. So it puts them behind the 8 ball. So like I said, I realized we started leaning more toward the mortgage stuff. But a lot of times, which I didn't think about, first responders have other jobs too. So especially, your firemen. Every fireman I know has another job, right?
Right.
So when they get hurt in one job, you're not just talking about that one, you're talking about their other jobs too. And then, everybody revolves their life around their overall income. So whenever something comes up, unforeseen and tragic, it really sets these guys back.
Well, tell the fans what you guys will be doing next Saturday at the home finale for the 2025 season as the Wolves host Utah Tech.
So we're going to try to get a lot of the local first responders out there for one. Okay, so I'm meeting with a few people this week, a few of the higher-ups, with some of the first responder agencies. See if we can get a large number to show up and get there and just kind of celebrate UWG and celebrate first responders, and hopefully bring awareness to the local charity that we got, and then so people can give back. We really need to focus on the first responders, because we can't operate the way, with the life and liberty that we all think that we want as Americans, really without these guys. Because when we're running away, they're running to the fire, so to speak.
Where can the viewers and the folks here on the porch tonight find out more about West Georgia First Responders?
You can go to westgafirst.org, and you can go and you can donate there. You can kind of look at some of the campaigns that we've had in the past and some of them going on. We just recently had a big fundraiser that we shored up. We ended up raising like $114,000.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great.
So I'm super excited. Raylene Construction, that shout out to them. They sponsored everything. It was the Builders and Barbecue. So that really kick-started us. I say that being the end of the year, but it kick-started us in to really, to wrap it up into the next year.
All right, Shane. Well, look, thanks for being here tonight on the Joel Taylor Show. And fans, be sure to visit West Georgia First Responders on the internet. And hey, they'll be out at the game next Saturday at the home finale against Utah Tech. Coming up next here on the Joel Taylor Show, you, the fans here at Jefferson's, get the opportunity to grill the coach next on the Joel Taylor Show. All right, welcome back to the Joel Taylor Show. I'm Patrick Edson with head coach Joel Taylor, and now the fans here at Jefferson's have an opportunity to grill Coach Taylor tonight. And so if you have a question for the coach, if you'll raise your hand, and I believe Seth Kane from Granite Communications will meet you with a microphone. Oh boy. I'm going to have to start pulling questions out of the air, Coach.
Well, when you say grill, that's when I ask questions.
All right, Coach. You have we talked about the winning season. That's great.
Yep.
If we go 1-0 the next 2 weeks,
Yep.
not only 8-3 and all that's wonderful, but also winning record in the conference in year 2 of Division I. How huge is that?
Oh, that'd be huge. I think our conference is one of the better conferences in America, man. I mean, you seen it last week when you seen Southern Utah beat Austin Peay, which was ranked. You had Abilene Christian beat Tarleton. So it's like, man, like our confidence is really good, and to have a winning record in the second season of of us doing this, it would be huge for us. Really would be.
Yeah, a lot of programs have to wait 2, 3, 4 years for that to happen.
Yep.
Well, 3, 4, 5 years, I should say, and be able to do that in year 2 would be very special.
Yeah, and it's a testament to all the hard work, man. Our coaches, support staff, our administration. I'll be honest, the community. Like I said, it's all about us doing it, man. And so it's an overall effort, for it to happen, and we're excited to happen. But we're just getting started.
All right, anyone else with a question? Oh, got some in the back of the room, Seth.
Coach, walk us through an off week. You rest and intensity. How do you walk that line and work that balance?
Yeah, I think the first thing is I think you got to educate them. And there was 2 words that I gave our guys was reset and reflect. Right, we want to reset our minds, we want to reset our bodies, and then we want to reflect. We want to, look at the things that we did good, right? We want to look at the things we did bad, and we want to improve. So the bye week is very, very important. And the way we took it, we didn't do what Arizona State coach did. He's going to give them the whole week off. We're still a growing program, so we got to practice a little bit. But we gave them Sunday and Monday off of last week. We came in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in practice. We practice on Tuesday with pads, Thursday with pads. We actually walked through in the gym on Wednesday, and then gave them Friday, Saturday, Sunday off so they can go home and be with their families. Hopefully they got a chance to watch some ESPN. I didn't, I'm a YouTube guy. But now we had to get back to work on Monday. Had a really good practice, and on Monday had a solid practice today. So I thought our off week was really, really good, and I think our kids understand, hey, what do we got to get done? And I really like the off week as well, because now when you reflect, you're trying to get better for the second half of your season, and the second half of our season is going 2 games. So we got to go we got to go 1-0 for 2 weeks.
Reset and reflect. I like that. Any other questions? Got some back there? Yep.
Got one over here too.
All right.
What is it going to take for us to win this next game against Jacksonville State? Well, no, North Alabama.
Oh, wow. He's disrespecting the North Alabama Lions already, right?
Nah, hey, I was like, hold on, let me check the schedule again. You might say, something I don't know.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Nah. Hey, I think we got to do a good job of, coming out with a lot of energy. I think it's important for us to, start fast and with a lot of momentum. And everybody got a chance to see in the fourth quarter, once we then start putting some balls, the momentum, right? And we got to do that early. And if you look at the Central Arkansas game, you look at the first play. The first play, we, flash pad, really RPO, and on was open. It was the right read and everything, but we missed it. Imagine if you catch that, right? Now the momentum starts, and momentum is so important in the game of football. So if we can come out fast, start fast, get a lot of momentum going, I think that'll really help us, especially being on the road with a rival of North Alabama.
All right, I think we had one over here and then one back up front here too, Seth.
Coach, speaking of momentum, how do you take the momentum from the excitement of that fourth quarter? Now you've been in this bye week, you've had this off week. How do you take that momentum into North Alabama game and to come out fast and furious in that game?
Yeah, I think it's hard to take the momentum 2 weeks ago. I think that's hard, right? I think the momentum helped us in the bye week. So I think we got better in the bye week. And we just got to make our kids understand, this week, guys, we got to do a great job of getting ourselves ready to go early on in practice. And to make sure they know how important that is. Because North Alabama is a really good football team. I know their record does not reflect that. So our kids got to do a great job of coming out fast. But, just like I said, just keep preaching it, talking about it. We talked about it today. In our team meeting. So I think our kids understand that. We'll see how they come out tomorrow. If they come out tomorrow with a whole bunch of energy and starting fast, but they got the message, but we'll be excited about it. Like I said, it's another chance to go 1-0.
Yep, in the back.
Coach, I'm confident that we're going to go 8-3, so I'm not even worried about that.
Oh, I love it.
I'm thinking about next year. How's the recruiting class looking?
Yeah, it's going good, man. So I think I don't know if everybody knows. So right now we're recruiting the high school kids. We'll sign those guys in December, and then we have a January period where we're going to bring in some transfers, right? And the NCAA has actually taken away the April transfer window. So I think that actually helps us. I like it. It's going to get us an opportunity to get our team here in January, which I think is important. We're probably bringing about, I would say, about 22 to 23 guys in January, and we're probably bringing about 6 to 8 more in the summertime.
Okay.
So within that, I think we're probably bringing about 15 high school kids. I'm trying to stay away from the transfers as best we can. Yeah. I want to build through the high school ranks. But right now, I think we got some guys that are committed that are really good football players. They're going to get here. We got to do a great job of developing those guys. And we got a lot of young guys right now that have not played yet. And I think you guys are going to get a chance to see them play these last 2 games, man. And we're excited about those young guys, man. But we got to continue to recruit well. Because we got to do a great job of replacing, because we are in the world or landscape where guys are leaving, and if they do a good job of building a resume here at West Georgia and hopefully graduating in 3 years and they get an opportunity to go somewhere, I'll be the first one to say, man, you need to go,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want these guys to be here as long as possible. I want to give them the best experience that they can have at a college. And I want them to graduate, and that's important to me. So, but we got to do a great job of recruiting the right guys, as players, as men, and also as student athletes.
Yep.
All right, Coach. So since you're going in, North Alabama's got a 2-7, and they're going to be looking to have a major upset. They want to definitely make a statement with our guys coming in. So what are the guys thinking of going in against somebody who really wants to give them a big upset? I know you talked about mentality going out, but what else are y'all doing?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. You look at the record sometimes, you see 2-7, as young people, oh man, yeah, we should smoke them, you know what I mean? Like, and that's definitely not the case, man. You're talking about, first off, when I think about really good head coaches in our league, right, Britt Dearman is at the top, right? I think he's a heck of a dang on ball coach, does a tremendous job, great football mind. His guys play tremendously hard. And if you look at them right now, offensively, I think they got number 36 offense in the nation. I think they're like the 17th rushing offense in the nation. So we got to do a good job of understanding, first off, we got to take care of us. The preparation, I think, is important. But we can't go in there. We're going there, to their place. They're back in the corner, being 2-7, coming off a tough loss, man. So they're going to be ready to go. And I think our kids, we've talked about all these things, and I think our kids will be ready to go as well. But it's all about our preparation. It's about what we do. If we get out there and start fast, complete some balls early on, get some dang big old runs, we can run away from it. You know what I mean? But we got to play good on defense because they're good on offense. So our kids, I think they'll be ready to go. And we talked today as well about, finishing, right? It ain't about how you start, right? Being 6-3, oh, that's great. Well, we were 5-0. That was great too, okay? So it's all about finishing, and we got to do a good job of finishing this week, and then hopefully we get the next week and finish that one as well.
All right. Last call for questions. And thank you very much, fans, for your questions tonight here on the porch at Jefferson's. When we get back, we will preview Saturday's matchup with the North Alabama Lions next here on the Joel Taylor Show. Welcome back to the Joel Taylor Show here at Jefferson's of Carrollton. Fans, hey, one more time, put your hands together for the wait staff tonight. We appreciate their hard work getting you your food and choice of cold beverage here tonight on the back porch. And Coach, I don't even know why I'm going to ask these questions because the nice young lady over here to your right just about destroyed my fourth segment. So you have some informed fans, Coach, is what it sounds like. But nevertheless, I'll do my best. As the North Alabama Lions coming in 2-7, 1-4 in UAC action. And they do have some exciting players. Running back Javian Allen. Leading passer, Destin Wade, but they've kind of had a 2-quarterback system, but it looks like Wade's kind of been the one that's kind of won out on that. And then their leading receiver, Justin Piggies, He's a beast out on the outside for this offense for the Lions. What's going to be the recipe for you and your defense on Saturday?
Stop the run.
It's the same recipe every week, Coach.
Yeah, but
it's starting to sound vanilla, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it's really important this week. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, a lot of respect for Coach Dearman, man. I think he's a really sharp offensive mind, man. He's written books, about RPO and offenses and things of that nature, man. So he knows what he's doing. Those guys will be coached well, and like you said, he got good players, man. The running back, man, I think he's a really good player. Number 6, man, he's their captain. So he does a lot of good things. The quarterback's kind of getting settled in. He does a good job. He's a bigger quarterback and runs the football. And then on the outside, they're big on the outside. They're big on the outside. So we got to do a good job, man, stopping the run. And then they're going to play action pass, RPO, and throw the deep ball. So, our work is cut out for us, but at the end of the day, it's a great challenge. I really think I'm excited to go against Coach Dearman. This is probably my 3rd time because I faced him actually the first year he was at North Alabama when I was at Mercer. I was a DC then, and then we got last year and then this year, man. So it'll be exciting. And then defensively for them, they got good players. They really do. I'm really shocked at how many points they've given up, but they got some really good players. Up front, I think number 57, man, the defensive end, really good player. They got a big guy in the middle, number 99, man, big and athletic. Linebackers can run, DBs can run, so we got our work cut out for us. And like I said earlier, we got to do a really good job, schematically of create some open space for Davin to complete some balls, and like I said, to get going, get a momentum going, man. And we got to do a better job also of running the football. I don't think we did a really good job the last 3 weeks of running the football like we have normally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we got to get that going as well. But like I said, it'd be a great challenge for us going up to Florence. It'll be my first time in Florence. And I know North Alabama has a rich history, so those guys will be fired up to play us and beat us. And like I said, right now they're back in the corner, and they have not shown their best football yet. And it's unfortunate too, man. They were neck and neck with I think it was Illinois State, man. I think the Illinois State was ranked at the time number 4, number 6 in the nation. Right. And they went to double overtime and lost that game. So there's games they should have won last week. They should have won that game last week. So they feel like they're a good football team. They just they're looking for an opportunity to show it, and we got to do a good job of staying on top of what we're doing, our execution, our preparation, and have an opportunity to win the football game at the end of the day.
What are your final thoughts for all the fans here on the porch tonight, and for those fans that will be making the 3-hour drive over to Florence on Saturday?
Yeah. First off, this is an awesome crowd.
Awesome.
Hey,
Give yourself a hand. Yeah.
Hey man, my wife and I, we pulled up. We was like, holy smokes, man!
Right.
So great crowd. But just thank you guys, for just the continued support. Our guys work their fannies off, man, to put a good product out there. And we look forward to seeing you guys up there in Florence cheering us on, and hopefully go 1-0.
All right, Coach. For fans who won't be able to make the trip to Florence, shame on you, which includes me. However, you can catch all the action on ESPN Plus, on the UWG Athletics website, through the UWG Athletics app, or listen to our radio partners at Gradient Communications on KISS 102.7 as Seth Kane and Nick White will have all the action starting at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. For head coach Joel Taylor, I'm Patrick Edson saying see you next week on The Joel Taylor Show.